Would you rather be forgotten after death or be misunderstood after death? There's only one answer, and it is for you to give, capturing the amazing stories of phenomenal Nigerian women. This is Halal Talk, where wisdom meets warmth and every conversation is a step towards an enlightened journey.
Peace be upon you. Welcome back to another episode of Halal Talk with Nansweet. Halal Talk with Nansweet is a discussion with ladies where we have deep and important conversation surrounding life, our principles, our lifestyle. So with me today is another amazing and exciting guest. She's a member of, I think she should have to say that herself. So welcome.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam. We're glad to have you. The name and introduce yourself.
Rabiah Muhammad. I'm a member of Association of Nigerian Authors. Yes. I'm a writer, not really a full-fledged writer. I'm still building that space of writing. And I'm an auxiliary teacher. I just like to identify myself as an auxiliary teacher since I am not certified.
Oh, okay. That's what it means to be an auxiliary teacher.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not satisfied.
Yeah.
I'm just hearing. I didn't know. I had no idea. That means there are a lot of teachers that are auxiliary.
Yeah.
Because I know so many people are not certified. So now let's start with what's your background like? What took you to teaching?
Teaching. Okay. From the beginning, to be honest, I have never thought I would be a teacher. Because I knew when growing up, I only had, I think from the onset, I wanted to be a TV presenter. Yes, a broadcaster, more like somebody who reads news, the 7 o'clock news and all of that. I was quite like, it was interesting to me then. But owing to the kind of background I came from, my family, my father isn't really, he's not really like, should I say, he's not really supportive of such. Yes. So I had to cut it and just went for science, and then it was going for doctor. And I think around my SS3 or SS2, I lost interest in science at school. So I was already in it, to be honest, I didn't see it, I thought that. So I just moved on. I applied for BioChemistry. I got chemistry. At the journey when my mother, she started the whole teaching thing. She runs a school. Yes, a school then. So when we are back on break, I assisted her with mostly everything, the school name, the setups and all of it. So from there when I'm back from break, I took part. I was in charge then, but she was kind of consulting me, this is it, before she died. So it was after her death. At first I took it upon me as like honoring her legacy, maybe just doing it. And I think from there I got caught. And the rest is here exists.
Did you head of school?
Yes.
Okay.
I took full responsibility of it, yes. And I think from there, that was when I took up this thing to go back to school.
Okay, to get certified, so you won't be auxiliary,
Yeah.
but professional.
Yeah.
What's the name of the school?
Okay, it was formerly called Progressive Foundation School. But last year I changed it only to me taking charge of everything. I had to change everything, and we call it A+ Horizon Academy now.
A+ Horizon. Okay, is it for primary and secondary?
When she started, it was just nursery classes.
Yeah.
But the year she died, we were hoping to come back to start up a primary section or something. So after her death, I just couldn't manage it, so we just continued with the nursery. But from last year, yes, for now we have primary students. They are not much, but we've been having encouragement and support from parents, encouraging us to let me just take it up, and we are making progress.
So how has it been managing the school?
It's been tough, honestly. Only like looking at it from this way that I am the only person. It's mostly myself. Because after her death, I think I was the only person who saw the vision, like who knew what she wanted, what she was trying
And
to
who was
do.
interested in schools?
And nobody was really interested. My dad saw it like just a business, just her thing. He's not a business oriented type. So then it was more like just bringing back funds, and it's a business, and if you don't really invest in it, it will go down.
Yeah.
So when the whole thing started going down, he left. So it was then up to me. So that was where the whole challenge started from. I had to take it up all by myself. I think I did when I was serving, I really didn't serve. For part of my service here, I did it at a school there in Kado, just to gain outside experience.
And exposure.
And though, honestly, my dad has not really been supportive of what I am doing. I think even this my current stand on going back to school, it's not like he's not supportive, like supportive or not supportive. I'm just doing it myself, but he's not really interested. Just
You just with time, I think you'll get the ropes of it.
Inshallah.
Everything has to when you go into something before you are able to know what does this thing need, what is good about this thing, how does this thing have to grow. So with time as time goes on, once you get to learn more about it, I think everything is bound to grow. Because everything is bound to change.
Like from the onset, what really happened was, for me, we say it like he's scared of the risks involved. Yes, because managing a school, it's huge.
Everything is risky.
It's very huge, and it's very risky, and there are so many challenges surrounding that business. So for me, that's what I see. He's kind of scared not to go into it, and something should happen now. They'll be like,
How many students do you guys have?
like when she was there, they were more than 50. That's it. So after her death, like I told you, the whole thing started calming down. They left, most were leaving. Like the standard was not up to it anymore, and the staffs, they were not really functioning like they were supposed to. And he was not really strict with them. So we dropped from like that amount, from that number to around 15.
Yeah.
I think I went into it last year with 13, and I was even scared because the whole thing was like, what if they don't come?
That's still a good number.
What if they don't come? But this term that we just finished, we are at 25.
That's a good number.
Like I'm optimistic that they will come. Just for me, I just see it as just giving out value. When you give value, people see that value and come from.
Yes,
It's
yes.
not really for me. It's not like I'm not interested in the money, but for now,
The
I'm
money
just
will come
focusing
later.
on the value I'm giving out. So
That means you have to wear a lot of cap.
I'm wearing a lot of cap as being the first daughter, the first born, and I think when our mother was here, we didn't have to worry about anything. She literally did most covering up for us. So like now that she's not here, I'm taking this shoe of being my father's wife and
Your
my
siblings' mother.
siblings' mother. I don't know if
How
you
many other
understand.
siblings are there? Okay. Mixture of boys and girls.
Yes, 2 girls, 2 boys, plus me, we are all 5.
Alright. So how has it been? Like since when?
She died 6 7 years ago. She died in 2017. A day to Eid. It is Eid Big Salah.
So how has it been ever since? We're all talking about learning.
It's not been easy.
Acceptance amidst
Yeah.
the hurdles of life.
That year that she died of high blood pressure. So I think the year she died, she has been battling with that illness for over 6 years before then. And before she died, I think that year all rosy and beautiful. She was at her best, her fullest. She was just, she was just
Rejuvenated.
yes. The whole thing was we were just happy, all of us. Life is finally making sense, and God, this is the life we want. It's here finally. Our mother has it. Our dad, we are all happy and all of it. And then she fell ill. Then I was in school. So that time that she fell ill, she called me. She told me that she was ill. It was during Ramadan like this, and I told her, okay, what will happen is I'll just continue praying for her. Then we used to have this feeling that, oh, if our mother should die today, we will survive it. That, and most especially me, that's what I do see. I'll be like, it's going to be hard for you to really survive. You understand? So then I was like, God, nothing should happen to my mother. Even then I will wake up at night. I will pray. Me and my mother, and then I had this full belief that anything I pray for in Ramadan is certainly going to come to pass. Like it's going to just be. And along the line, around August, September, she died. 31st August, she died, and just the whole attack just came up, and she died. And it was so shocking. I was like, God, after all the prayers, after everything, just it was so much for me. Like, where am I going to start from? Like, life was just, it was so meaningless to me then. And I was still in school, so I was in 300 level then. I went back to school. I think I was actually depressed, and the only thing that like kept me afloat then was just book I read. Like I was always reading. Like it got to a point my roommates were so scared. Like I was running like something is wrong with me because I was always in class. I was always reading. I don't talk. I was just with my books. It paid off actually. It paid off because at that point I was struggling with chemistry, but with that reading and help and support from my friends, my points just boosted, and I think it really paid off there. And after then, it's just been friends, honestly, and God, and like my spirituality. It got to a point I just had to accept. It was not really easy accepting, but I had to accept that this was already decreed for me, and I just have to take it. And from there, it became a thing of patience. As the first daughter, I had to be extremely, and my father is not a patient person. he's a person. He's not really that patient person. So when she died, I had to see my mother. I had to see it from her point. Like
so
this
many
woman
things
has
you didn't
been
understand.
really patient, because to be honest, my father is not a patient man. He would drop this pen here this moment, and he might come here. He don't like this pen should just come back here. The whole house will be fine. So just imagine that kind of a person he is. But when it comes to actually taking care of us, he did well. And at first it was kind of resentful, but later I had to see it from this point that that's the kind of love he knew. That was what he knew how to do best. And sometimes you just have to forgive them without them even knowing, because they owe you. You owe them. I don't know. I don't know how to put the whole thing. You understand? But it's not really even easy. It's not really even easy. It's not really honestly.
Your words, your conversation brought me, got me to reflect on certain personal instances. Like someone said, I'm sure you should have heard it. When it's like you having a child right now. When you have a child right now, what would you teach the child? It's exactly the ways that you try to teach the child what you don't know. You can't give the child what you don't have. That's it. You only give the child within the comfort of your understanding, your foresight, your acceptance. And that child has to take it the way it is because they are children. But then when you become 40, you give the child what's again within the understanding you know. When you become 50, you give the child within the understanding that you know. I remember as you were growing, your child was also growing. So that's how it is for them. Like, as they were raising us, they were also growing. They were not adults. They were not just 50. Like, it's when we actually grow up to be 20, 30, 40, we'll now be like, oh, my parent is 60. But when you were 0 and 1 and 2, they were either 20 something or 30 something or 40 something. They were also growing. Yeah. So, like, life is all about us trying to forgive and accept, forgive and accept. Yeah. Okay, so let me not be so philosophical about it. So, you've taken, you said getting to accept took you a while. Now that you have accepted, how has it been?
It's been, should I say,
Relieving.
yes, because to me, at this point of my life, I take every single thing as a test. To me, like currently, I see everything, every single thing that happens to me, I see it as a test. When something just happened, I'll be like, after all, I'm not staying here forever. So I just try to take things away, just brush things out, and just focus on the things that are really important to me. You understand? Yes, there are times when things are really hard to
Swallow.
yes, but I'm actually I'm an emotional person, and it takes me time to really process feelings and like heal from things. So at this point of my life, I think the only thing I'm focusing on is myself and my spirituality and my mental growth. Because I have seen a lot, I've had enough from people, just the world all like it's not been easy for me.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's nothing that I get comfort in the fact that I know there is no position, no time, no state, no condition, no situation stays in permanence. I don't know if you've read this book, Don't Be Sad by Isaac Harry. It's a book, yeah, Don't Be Sad.
The book is, I think I have that book, soft copy. I've been reading it for over 3 years now.
Okay, I read it since I was a teenager. So,
Don't Be Sad, I have it.
yeah, by Isaac Harry.
I can't remember.
Oh, there's so many words.
There's so many reflections in it.
Yes. There's so many words. One of the words I took from the book was a poem he wrote. And he was like, I find comfort in the fact that between the blinking of an eye and its opening, a man changes things from one state to another. Like, within the blink of an eye, like, you even have no, and sometimes, right, every single hurdle, when you look in reflection, even right now, when you look into reflection, look in retrospect, every single hurdle that has come to pass was actually somehow meant for something else.
Honestly, because
It's not.
there are times I look back and I'm like, if all of those things hadn't happened, to be honest, I wouldn't be who I am today. And I am absolutely grateful for who I am today because I know I have changed a lot. And if all of those things haven't happened, I wouldn't be this person here. Maybe I would be somewhere. I wouldn't be this intelligent. I wouldn't be this. Yes, I won't be this person. You get it? I won't be this person because I know I have been through a lot actually, and those experiences have shaped me. They have all shaped my growth. They have all shaped me. I remember doing bits with Sadiq, bits of April last year. So before we did the bit, he was like, "Should I do bits?" I'm like, "I'm not ready to put my story out for you." Even coming here for me, it took me time because I used to feel I can't do it. I don't know how to because I didn't come from a place where I am really supported to do all of these things. It's my own personal decision. I have to, this is what I want. This is what I want. Because for me, it's more like let people hear my story. Let them pick something from it. You understand? I don't like hearing people saying, you're a strong person. I'm not a strong person. I'm just trying my best. But I am not, I know I am not strong. I am not a strong person. you know, it just boils down to spirituality, your connection with God and all of it. Like in Ramadan, this Ramadan, it's not been easy. It's not been easy because I feel I've not done anything. I will go to work, come back, make iftar food. I don't have time for myself because
Is your school still in session?
we just close, and I have home lessons like
Okay.
so you understand me. All it's not been easy. But when with this man Umar Suleiman series, I know you
Okay, yeah. See, there's no one I haven't watched.
that series, like it's been something else to me. Like it feels like he's talking to me directly. Like the series, like it's meant for.
You know, I watch Umar Suleiman series every Ramadan for the past, I think, 4 years or so.
Like,
but this year I was
like
watching.
it's so different.
Yeah, this year I was watching the Why Me series.
Yes, the one.
And
yeah.
it just stuck on me. I don't really find it interesting when I see stars together talking. I prefer one-on-one. So I never watched the Quran 30 for 30. Until one day,
I've not watched it.
you know, try it. It's even much more fun. It's much more fun. Until one day, I think that was last week, I just decided to watch one of the Quran 30 for 30. And I think I watched around episode 9 or so, or 8. Guess what? I watched it till the last episode. And then I went back and started from all the beginnings I've missed. And guess what? I haven't watched Why Me Up yesterday, but I've watched the Quran 30 for 30 because each episode he has a new ustaz, and then they cover Quran from Baqarah. For the Quran 30 for 30 from Baqarah, they're covering it to Surah Al-Nas.
For that 30 minutes, I do it.
For 30 minutes.
Yes, I do.
So it's Quran 30 for 30 minutes juice, 30 juice. So they cover each juice in each episode. So each 3 of them, Umar Suleiman, Ustaz and Sheikh Abdullah Abu, and a new Ustaz sit down together to cover one juice. Now each three of them, each one of them is going to bring out their own perspective from that particular juice. So it makes it more fun and interesting. Try it.
I think I'm more attached to the wine.
I was too until I just stumbled and be like, let me try this one. Okay, now we should go to the next section, which is this other question. So now the first one is cooking together or eating out.
Cooking together.
Okay.
Jollof rice or fried rice?
Jollof rice. To be rich and famous. Glory of past history or to forge new beginnings.
What do you do when the past has not been colorful?
With the one with the picture.
With everything, yes.
Honoring legacy or pioneering change. Quality time or thoughtful years. City living or village. Kilishi or suya.
Wow, that's tricky. Kilishi or suya. Suya.
Milk or coffee.
Okay.
Change the path.
Okay, I have.
Okay. To be misunderstood after that. Not to be forgotten after that. After death. Good after death.
To be misunderstood.
It's okay.
It's okay to be misunderstood. To be honest, we can't be perfect in everybody's story. It's fine, but to be forgotten.
Now let's go to the next segment, which is your name begins with R. So you're going to be asked questions that begin with R. An animal with long ears. Correct. One of the world's superpowers. One of the world's superpowers. No, country.
Country. Super country.
Superpower. Country.
Russia.
Correct. A town in FCT that begins with letter R.
A what?
A town in FCT that begins with letter R.
Uruguchi.
Uruguchi. It's not Uruguchi.
Uruguchi.
Okay, a type of flower associated with love. Rose. Yes, a type of snake. Reptile. A type of snake. Reptile. Snake. Snake is a reptile, so a type of snake. Rattlesnake. We've come to the end of this segment. So the last and final segment of the show. What is the best advice you've ever gotten?
She said,
Can you take that again?
okay, from my mother, where she said, the good things of life, like, they don't come to end. Like, once there's this good thing, and maybe it all says this, another will come. So I should be patient. Like, good things will definitely be available for me when it's time.
The worst advice you've ever gotten?
The worst advice, it's in terms to marriage. And the person said, all marriages are bad, and I should accept it. Like, I should accept any that comes. So for me, that's the worst. Like, I do
You
accept
can
it.
compare that.
Yes, I can't.
Actually, I think I am on the same fence. I'm sitting on the same fence with
You
you.
should just accept
I do not
it.
agree with things like that. I do not agree with all those generic philosophies that tells you, oh, all women are lazy, or all women, what do people say about women?
They're gold diggers.
They're gold diggers, or say all men are uncaring, or say all men are like. I don't agree with anything that is generic. I do not agree because time is not generic. There's nothing in life that is generic, not even our blood types. So, something that changed your entire life.
Grief, of course. Grief, to be honest, it's very good. From that moment, my life changed.
I hope it changes for the better.
Inshallah.
It's been wonderful having you. Thank you so much for coming and for honoring our invite.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we've come to the end of today's episode of Halal Talk with Nancy. Until next time, peace be upon you.
Talk, where wisdom meets warmth and every conversation is a step towards an enlightened journey.